I'm starting to get a little more free time in my life, so I've decided to take up pickleball again. Pickleball, like any other sport, is a repetitive practice task. I want to get my serves and everything down a little better, so I've decided to invest in a rebound net. And it's fitting in this box, which means there's probably about 100 pieces in here. This is going to require some assembly. Got the instructions that were sent to me, so we're going to put this together. I purchased this on Amazon for around $70, and you can spend a lot of money on rebound nets. $150, $200 or more. So let's see how good of a deal this is. Let's get started on the build. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you a design I've been working on that will take your pickleball game to the next level. A net, a whole bunch of these. They're labeled with letters, and there's letters on the instructions, so that should make it a little easier. One thing I want to see if I can adjust on this is it's a vertical net. It doesn't have the ability to slant forward and slant back, but I've got an idea on how I could mod it simply at almost any kind of angle. There's a couple of things right away that I like about this setup. First of all, I'm absolutely amazed all of this on the table here came in that relatively small box. And each one of these tubes was wrapped in a plastic sleeve to keep the paint from being marred from any kind of bumping. So well packed. The other thing I like, every one of these pieces come together with a pop button, so it can easily be taken apart and put back together, especially if you make a mistake. If you decided to take this down, and I'm going to try to figure out how portable it is later on in the build. And then there's an inventory on the instruction to make sure you have all the pieces. It would be not so good if one of these were missing, because then you wouldn't be able to do this build at all. Quality control, so far, is pretty good for this. Putting this together didn't take long at all. By the way, I'm using my DJI Mini right here. Because it's in so many small sections, it just seems to be warped, which makes it difficult to manage. But let's see how it bounces. Got the bolts here, raise it up. Come on now. I've got a couple ideas where I do different angles. I think it's wobbly because it's made out of a whole bunch of small sections. All the sections twice as long as they are. I think this structure would be a lot more stable. If I keep it, I'm going to somehow put a triangle in the back of PVC pipe. I got some ideas. So that it would just kind of hold it better and tighter together. But the proof's in the pickleball, so let's give it a shot and see how it does. So the goal is not to lose this mic, not to back into the camera and destroy it, and to see how well it rebounds. I'm getting back into pickleball, so I have to relearn the skill set, maybe get up with some contemporary approaches. You can critique my technique at this point, but all it's going to do is get better. The bounce back is pretty good. The only problem is because the frame isn't straight, it has a tendency not to send it right back in the same direction. Who does that in pickleball anyway? You sacrifice a little bit on the width, and even the bottom net has a bit of spring on it, although it has a tendency to dink it right down towards the ground. As I was editing this video, I was thinking more and more about whether you even need a rebound net. Even if it costs 2 or 3 times this, $200, $250, you still got to put it someplace. But I've got another option that I've been working on. I think I've perfected it, or pretty darn close. It fits in a pickleball container. There's a couple of versions of it, one with an elastic cord, totally adjustable. You can take it with you in your pickleball bag, hang it up on a tree, hang it up on a basketball court, hang it up on a porch. I can open up my garage door and hang it up on top of there with a super magnet. Your ability to train anywhere is only left to your imagination. Besides the cost of the pickleball, maybe a couple dollars in materials, it's a lot cheaper and a lot portable than this guy behind me. I think it's worth your time to check out the video up there and down below if you're really serious about pickleball. If it's not there yet, it will be in a week or so. I'll post it up there if I keep it, because I'll definitely have to mod it to make it a little easier to use. Thumbs up and comments, always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in honest reviews of sports equipment, making and breaking things, designs of all kinds, home repairs, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe, because you never know what kind of sports gear you're gonna see.